Right now, the crypto market is in extreme fear, and that's usually where the best opportunities begin. Bitcoin just broke down from a major rising wedge pattern, and the market is reacting strongly to it. But before you panic or make any emotional moves, I want us to take a close look at what is really happening with Bitcoin right now and what are the opportunities on the horizon. Bitcoin touched the 98k level exactly as I outlined in my previous videos this week. And currently it has broken down from the rising wedge pattern with a significant volume, and it's currently trading just above the 50 moving average, which is acting as a support. A potential retest of the breakdown level is expected here, while a breakdown below the 50 moving average could trigger further downwards momentum even below the 98k level. So keep an eye on the upcoming price action developments. We can see that now price recovered. We're currently at 103k. And there are two main reasons: because of that strong 50 moving average support, and at the same time the 100k level is a very strong psychological level, round numbers. A lot of traders are aiming at exactly those round numbers. So that was a very strong psychological point. But it doesn't mean that we're just going to go upwards from here. No, we might even see a further downwards movement, because the selling volume is actually huge right now. So we'll keep an eye on the upcoming price action developments, because now there are again talks about Iran war, there is talks about China tariffs, there are talks about the US government shutdown that continues now for a very long period. We might see, as I said, this further downwards momentum developing. And we can see that sellers are stepping in aggressively. So for now, the key levels that we are watching is the immediate support, the 50 moving average, the resistance zone, the wedge breakdown level, and the critical downside level, the previous local lows. But if we lose this 50 moving average, it could open the door for further downside. So make sure you stay alert with what's happening, and you don't, of course, trade emotionally. In this moment, this is very important. Now, while the market is fearful, we're gonna have a look at crypto bubbles in a second, but there is one altcoin which is showing a very bullish setup, and that's SUI. On the daily chart, SUI is forming a bullish divergence on the RSI. This means while price has been making lower lows, momentum is actually starting to shift, and the RSI is showing higher lows. So this is often a sign that sellers are losing strength, and we could see a relief bounce or even a trend reversal forming here for SUI. If Bitcoin stabilizes, because Bitcoin is the main driving power right now, so if it stabilizes or even if it slightly bounces from the current levels, SUI could be one of the top performers short term, and even long term for this season, in particular for this year. Since last year, in my opinion, and the upcoming year, SUI would be a chosen altcoin that has very strong bullish momentum, and it outperforms the rest of the altcoins together with Solana and SEI. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes on SUI for a potential long setup. But again, and if you want to see what else I'm accumulating on this dip, feel free to join Discord. It's available there. So SUI, very bullish setup. Apart from SUI, I mentioned Solana. Solana is at a great discount right now. And you know that there is ETF approvals for Solana and a lot of volume right now. It's where the most money is flowing through ETFs at the moment, and that's for Solana. SEI as well. Even I read somewhere on the news today that JP Morgan is targeting SEI, BlackRock as well. A lot of interest is building up for SEI slowly. I definitely think it's worth holding SEI and SUI, those two projects. So let's see on crypto bubbles on the weekly chart first. See what's trending weekly. We see Dash, ZK. Now a lot of you will actually go and they will start chasing those pumps. At the smallest recovery of the market, these projects will actually dump very hard. So again, calculate your risks and don't rely on those, to bring you millions quickly. At the first signs of bullish momentum, a lot of people will dump those and will start running into the old projects that they were holding before. So the weekly, what else? So we see overall drop of around 20 to 30% in the solid projects, layer ones. We can see Caspa is down 20%. It's just at 0.45 cents. SUI is down. Almost all these good projects are down by 20% for the week. If you have dry powder, now is the best opportunity for you to invest. There won't be any better time than right now. If you don't, then just hold patiently and try to learn about the markets. But if you have money, definitely don't sleep on that. Probably a lot of you are now fearful, thinking that the market might go down even lower. Yes, it can. But what will save you from this is not going all in. So let's say you've got $5,000 and you want to invest. So invest at this stage, let's say $3,000 just for the sake of it, for the sake of the argument, invest 3,000 and then save the other 2,000. If the market keeps going down, you can again invest 1,000. If it goes even down, then you can put the other 1,000. And you can say, let's say I will be investing in every 20% drop. Now we have 20% drop, you're putting some percentage of money. If the market keeps dropping, let's say by another 15%, you would invest the other 1,000 and so on. Just create some kind of strategy that you feel comfortable with, that you've calculated your risks, and you're making informed and solid decision with high conviction. This is what would save you being emotional right now. And of course, if you don't have the money to invest, just stay patiently. Even if you have to distract yourself and not be into crypto right now, you can do that. You can do something else, do sports, meet friends, watch movies, whatever, and come back. In a week or so, you will see higher prices and you would be grateful that you didn't panic sell. I released a poll the other day here on YouTube because the market is crashing right now hard, and I know a lot of you feel emotional. And the question is, how are you reacting to this? So 44% of you said that you're buying the dip like a pro, the mentality of conviction. Those who voted for that are people who've done their research, who know what they hold, and who understand that every crash in history was also a massive opportunity, and we need to act and take advantage of it. Around 38% are holding patiently, and honestly, that's just as powerful. Sometimes the best move is no move at all. Holding through fear separates the long-term winners from the short-term panic sellers, so that's also good. And then we've got 14% that are panic selling everything, and this is the group that usually ends up buying back higher when the market recovers. Fear is a powerful emotion, and that's the biggest wealth destroyer in crypto. So be very mindful. I would say if you can, just don't panic sell. Keep it, distract yourself, as I said earlier, do anything but sell. And finally, 4% are just holding stable coins, sitting on the sidelines, waiting for confirmation. And that's not wrong either, as long as you have a plan for re-entry, as long as you have a strategy and you know what you're doing. So we're clearly in an emotional phase of the market where weak hands get shaken out and strong hands start positioning quietly. And we've been through that many times in the history, in the crypto history. We went through this in April, in May with the tariffs. We went through that earlier. So this is a cycle that repeats every single time. All you need to do is just keep accumulating or stay quiet and patient. This crash is temporary, but the lessons you learn right now will last with you for a long time, as long as you're in crypto. So stay smart, stay focused, and remember, this is where the next wave of wealth is usually built. So take advantage of it. That's for me today. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.